Good evening. On behalf of the Board of Education of Robein School District 85, I welcome you to Robein School's 2024 8th grade graduation. Now will you please rise, remove your hats for our national anthem performed by Michaela Burkle, Kayla Nixon, and our 8th grade graduates. The graduates may be seated. At this time, I'd like to recognize and thank the Robein staff. Would all Robein staff members please stand? I would like to personally thank you for your efforts providing an outstanding elementary education for the children of this community. Thank you so much. I would also like to recognize and thank the Robein School Board for devoting much time and effort for the benefit of Robein's children. As I call your name, would members of the Board of Education please stand? Mr. Steve Norville, President. Mr. Bill Osborne, Vice President. Mr. Joe Beasy, Member. Mr. Andrew Barclay, Member. Mr. Nathaniel Foote, Member. I thank you for your guidance and commitment to the children of this community. I was pleased to see that the recessional song that was chosen for this evening's event, Unwritten by Natasha Benningfield. Graduates, as you reflect on your time at Robein, I want you to remember that much of your story is unwritten. You hold the pen in your hand, ready to write the next chapter of your journey. The choices you make, the paths you take, they shape the narrative of your life. Some of you may have a clear vision of where you want to go, while others may still be searching for your purpose. And that's okay. Embrace the uncertainty, for it is in those moments of doubt and challenge that you will discover who you truly are and what you are capable of achieving. Each one of you has a unique story to tell, a story that is waiting to be shared with the world. Your experiences, your struggles, your triumphs, they all contribute to the tapestry of your life. So don't be afraid to dream big, take risks, and to push beyond your comfort zone. Your story is waiting to be written, and it's up to you to make it extraordinary. As you embark on this new chapter, remember that success is not measured by awards you receive or the titles you hold. It is measured by the impact that you make, the lives that you touch, and the difference that you create in the world. So go and write a story that is uniquely yours. Embrace the challenges, cherish the victories, and never forget that your story is unwritten, waiting for you to make a masterpiece. On behalf of the Board of Education and the entire faculty and staff of Robein School, I congratulate you and wish you the very best in the years to come. And now for the presentation of our top 7th grade students, Mr. Brian Kennedy.
Good evening. It is my privilege to introduce to you this evening the top 4 students for Robein's class of 2025. These students are all hard workers who have done well both in and out of the classroom as members of our school community. They are Cadence Knoll, Lexi Wiley, Austin Wilkie, who was unable to attend tonight, and Ivory Williams. On behalf of the staff and administration of Robein, I thank them for their hard work and wish them the best of luck over their final year with us next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kennedy. On May 29th, one special student from Robein School was honored at the Central Illinois Principals Association Outstanding Student Awards Breakfast in Washington. Each respective school nominates a student that exhibits outstanding leadership, academics, and character. This year, the junior high teachers selected Ivy Berkeley. I would like her to come forward and be recognized to receive her award. And now for the presentation of academic awards, Mrs. Ulick.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Robein staff, parents, and of course the fabulous class of 2024. It is said that graduation day can be one of the most memorable moments in a person's life. It is a moment when you celebrate your accomplishments and your triumphs with your family and peers. The graduation ceremony is typically a combination of emotions. Along with pride and satisfaction, there is anxiety about the future and a sinking feeling in the pit of your stomach. Probably kind of how someone might feel after choking on the dust of a giganto pixie stick. You know that feeling you get right before you vomit? Anyway, how about that sinking feeling you all will get in a few days once the newness of your graduation wears off and you realize your time at Robein has come to an end? But you did it. You survived your middle school years, a place where most of you first walked down the big kid hall with a backpack bigger than you and left today, like most days throughout the year, with no backpack at all. Now look at you, leaving the place several of you have called home for the last 9 years. Taller, well, most of you, wiser, and ready to take on high school. It is my guess that besides the occasional tediousness of everyday life here at Robein, you have had a pretty good time and have made some fond memories. It is now that time when the lockers are cleared out for the last time, the halls are vacated, and the days are no longer split into 45-minute intervals that you can truly reflect on the memories you have created. Your time spent with teachers, or stalking them on Google Earth, coaches, other students, building athletic teams at recess, reading inspirational books that are tabbed in all the right places, finding true love in the hallway when you think no one is looking, learning new things, like what gas mileage a Volvo gets, and the continuous artwork that adorn the whiteboards. All of these are examples of memories that shaped your lives. It is nice to know that not all you've accomplished over your years at Robein can be measured by grades, nor can they necessarily be measured by a diploma. In addition to a quality education from the classroom, you've received an education in life from each other. Solid, irreplaceable friendships with your peers that have been forged through hard work, devotion, good times and bad, and most importantly, pride for a school that you should all be grateful to call your alma mater. To say that this particular class had me a little worried before they became my babies for the year is an understatement. Believe me, I have 3 daughters, and anyone else out there who lives with a bunch of females can probably understand my fear. And boy, was it an adventure. But one that I can honestly say I'll never forget. My afternoons were filled with so much tea spillage that you would have thought I lived in London. But honestly, I wouldn't have changed one moment of my time with these kiddos. There were definitely ups and downs, moments that were cringeworthy, but also moments that were legendary. But you know what? It was those moments that brought us together. It was the shared groans over homework, the collective eye rolls that you ladies thought I didn't see, the group effort it took to stay awake during early morning science class, and how you all patiently waited while trips were made to the pool. It was those experiences that turned you from just the classmates to a family ready to leave the comforts of these four walls and to take on high school together. As your teacher, I've had the joy of watching you grow, learn, and occasionally fall asleep in class. I've seen you tackle tough subjects, navigate friendship dramas, and survive the smells that occasionally floated through the classroom. I feel confident that you will be leaving here tonight stronger, smarter, and ready for the next big thing. But before you head off to high school, let me impart a few pieces of wisdom. Number one, stay curious. Never stop asking questions, even the ones that seem silly. I would tell you there are no stupid questions, but that's not really true. There really are some pretty stupid ones. Just have the courage to ask. Two, embrace your inner nerd. It's cool to be smart, and it's even cooler to be passionate about things you love, whether it's math, music, or memorizing ELA songs about helping verbs. Be kind. Middle school can be tough, but high school can be tougher, and everyone needs a little kindness to get through those tough times. Plus, you never know when the person you were kind to will become your boss someday, the police officer who pulls you over, or worse, your in-laws. Number four, embrace failure. It's not falling down that's the problem, it's staying down. So if you fall, get up, brush yourself off, and try again. Unless it's a really embarrassing fall, then maybe lay low for just a little while. Number five, laugh often. High school will have its fair share of challenges, but don't forget to enjoy the ride. Laughter is the best way to make friends, relieve stress, and survive awkward moments, like when you are obsessing again over someone and they randomly walk in the room. And finally, number six, remember your roots. Wherever you go, carry a piece of this place with you. Maybe not literally, we need the dust, but in your heart. You are always welcome back, especially if you bring us treats. As you step into high school, remember that middle school was just the beginning. The real fun starts now. Whether you're joining clubs, sports teams, drama, chorus, or starting new hobbies, take everything you've learned and make your mark. High school is a fresh start, a chance to be whomever you want to be, and finally, thank you. Thank you for the memories, the laughs, and for only adding a few more gray hairs to my head. So here's to you, the class of 2024. May your summer be memorable, your TikToks make you famous, and your high school experience be epic. And now I would like to take this moment to introduce to you this year's top student runner-up, Maze Barclay.
Good evening. Today we celebrate the 8th grade graduating class of 2024. I'd like to acknowledge our amazing class, supportive teachers, loving families, and dedicated sports teams. Each student in this class has contributed something special to our class, and our teachers have inspired and equipped us for the future. There are so many memories made with this class that will not be forgot, and definitely not enough to list them all. For example, when I was in the lower wing, I was terrified of the upperclassmen. The upper hallway seemed like a whole different universe. Looking back now, it seems silly to be afraid from moving one hallway to the next in the same school. Another memory worthy of not forgetting was the constant headaches from Sophia falling on me in the middle of the stunt. Rainy days were for inside basketball games in Miss Damien's room, where Justin would think he's an NBA star but usually missed every shot and would run into the wall. Michaela showed no fear when she would pull out her nail strengthening polish and proceed to play nail salon in the back of the classroom. Six Flags was quite the adventure, much like everything else with our class. From Lexi choking on a pixie stick, Zoe screaming to get off a ride, and Jace talking more than any of us have ever heard in all the years we've gone to school together. At the end of 7th grade, Brooklyn and I collected bags full of paper from Miss Damute to have a bonfire we never ended up having. Belle and Izzy would use ELA to yap about anything going on with Miss Ulick that I'm sure she would rather want to forget. In volleyball, we had a saying, and then my head hit the wall, and then Ivy actually hit her head on the wall. I would like to personally thank Kaylin for volunteering our class to sing the national anthem today, something I never planned on doing in front of an audience. I want to thank all of our teachers, especially Miss Damune, for always helping me with my work when I didn't believe in myself. Thankfully, no one pulled a slap prank on Miss Ulick like someone did when they were in 8th grade. I could always count on Miss Clark for a good snack. And Mr. Sassy, I can proudly say I know all the uses of a buffalo part of the buffalo. I'd also like to thank Mr. Kennedy for scaring us to death about the dreaded Constitution test that most of us passed the first time. Robein is where our story started, but not where our stories end.
Thank you, Maze. At this time, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce to you the class of 2024's top student, Lexi Dallinger-Ager.
Throughout my time at Robein School, I've learned so much. One of those things is hard work. I learned to do my best in the classroom as well as on and off all fields and courts. Since arriving in the Robein, I've done all sports possible. I played softball, baseball, volleyball, cheerleading, and track. I've worked so much to succeed in each of these sports, and I'm so thankful for all my coaches who pushed me to be the best that I could be. As a 5th grader, I played baseball because we did not have enough for a softball team. Playing baseball made me a more confident player. Halsey was a great coach who would not let me give up. He made me play the infield, which helped me overcome my fear of the ball. After that year, we had enough for a softball team. 6th grade year was the first year I got the opportunity to pitch. It made me practice extra hard and figure it out myself because I had no one to bail me out. We started with a not-so-great team with hardly anyone who had played before. Everyone did the best that they could that year. This year we had a great team. We had a winning record of 8-5, and we made it to the regional championship. I'm so proud of each of those girls for working hard and doing their best. I formed a special bond with my catcher, I meant Maze. Yaze is my sister and sister who would make all the silly mistakes that would make us laugh at practice. She became a great catcher in a position she has never played before, and I can't thank her enough for being my partner. Another sport I loved playing was volleyball. Harris became another mom to me. She gave me advice and helped me with my mental struggles, and so much more. She never stopped believing in me. She was soft and caring, or tough and loud when the team needed it. Another coach I'm thankful for is Mr. Sahusky. He was my track coach, and he never let me give up even when I really wanted to. By this year, we understood each other because we were both very competitive and we wanted to beat each other. This year, for state and shot put, I got 2nd place. I would not have achieved this without Mr. Sahusky. One of the funniest moments this year was when Sophia and I were doing a TikTok in the morning before school started. We were in the lab and Mrs. Ulick was in her classroom. When she walked into the lab, we were frozen in place because we were scared that we were going to get in trouble, but she ended up not caring. Another moment I remember being very funny was having a stuffed duck, Cornelius, get taken away. Mr. Kennedy took him away only a short period before our volleyball regional game. We always joke that is the reason we lost, because he was our so-called good luck charm. Speaking of ducks, we collected over 100 rubber ducks this year. It was not only our class that started collecting them, it was the entirety of the upper wing. We decided to put them up for everyone to look at. Mrs. Ulick said she would keep them up in her classroom for the rest of her teaching career. For Christmas, we helped Mrs. Ulick decorate her room with a small tree. We had another one of our stuffed animals as the star. His name is Otis, and he's an ostrich. Everyone looked at poor Otis and us like we were crazy. As most of you can tell, we love our animals, if they're stuffed or rubber or whatever it is. In ELA, we had our TMI moments, as you could call them. It was a class full of girls, and we talked about everything. We didn't care if it would embarrass us or if Mrs. Ulick gave us weird looks. We would go on and on. We, of course, got work done, but whenever we got the opportunity, we would yap. I would like to end by thanking all my teachers for my education. They have taught me so much throughout my years here at Robein. You have given me the foundation to be successful in high school and beyond. They have also been a great help in getting me through my personal challenges and struggles. I would like to specifically thank Mr. Snow because this past couple of years he has been my go-to person when I needed something or someone to talk to. I loved giving him the tea or getting a quick crying for absolutely no reason. Next, I thank my family for helping me so much as time has gone by. Both of my brothers have been great by assisting me with my homework and teaching me new skills. Most of all, I want to thank my mom, a phenomenal woman who has guided and supported me. We may argue a decent amount, but we always end up moving past it. There comes a time when everything must end and everyone has to keep moving forward, but I'm sure we will all remember the fond memories made here at Robein.
Thank you, Lexi. And now for Turning the Page by our chorus, 8th grade chorus, Michaela Burkle and Kaylin Nixon.
who have loved me, those who have taught me, and so much more. Take page, I'm ending my story, line by line, paragraphs unfold. To start a new chapter, turning the page to a ceremony too. It's time to turn another page in the story that is me. I thought farewell to what is past and look to what will be. As I turn a leaf to write, there is only I can do. I will remember, I wish it, I will remember you. As I'm turning the page. Taking time to read through my chapters, they make me smile and at times bring me tears. Remember, but I cling to the air of your feet. It's time to turn another page in the story that is me. I found farewell to what is past and look to what will be. As I turn the page to write, as only I can do. I wish it, I will remember you. As I'm turning the page. And as we pen our pages, line by line, we'll tell the story. It's time to turn another page in the story that is me. And farewell to what is past and look to what will be. As I turn the leaf to write, there's only I can do. I wish it, I remember you. As I'm turning the page, I will remember you. As I'm turning the page.
As the superintendent of Robein School District 85, I hereby certify that these young men and women in front of me have fulfilled the requirements of the state of Illinois and the Board of Education of Robein School District 85 for promotion to the high school. You may move your tassels to the left. And now for the presentation of diplomas. We ask that you hold your applause until all of the diplomas have been passed out. Would the graduates please stand? Mays E. Barclay. Jace Scott Barnes. Michaela Nicole Burkle. Ivy Lynn Berkeley. Alexis Grace Dallinger Aker. Justin Jose Fenwick. Kaylin Hope Nixon. Isabella Eileen Peranto. Brooklyn Faith Peterson. Sophia Charlene Probst. Arabella Marie Spompanato. Zoe Ann Wilkerson. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor I present to you the Robein Grade School graduating class of 2024. Our graduates will have a receiving line by the flagpole in front of the building for you to congratulate them if it's not too windy and dusty outside tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated and remain seated until all of our graduates have exited. You are welcome to join us for cookies in the front vestibule to honor our graduates. Thank you to the Robein Kitchen for making those cookies. Thank you for sharing this special evening with us. We do appreciate it. Mr. Snell.